Hello and welcome to my review of X-Men Red issue 11. And I'm thankful for you all to be here to listen to my new video. Here we are looking at the cover. It's rather washed out in red. The art itself is good but boring. I don't think someone really enjoyed making this, but it is good art and the characters look on point, but does it have to be washed out in red? And everyone, Jean Grey particularly, doesn't look all that good. Well, her and X-23. The characters are just plainly, boringly staring at you. And here we have a better look at all the characters, with Jean Grey looking arrogantly at the viewer, while everyone else is at least, well, they're not really doing anything. Some of them are even looking off in other directions. And they're looking mean or smug. The only one who looks like he's having a good time is Gambit. Everyone else looks like they're just being forced to be there. Jean Grey probably wants to take them to a social protest or something. And here we are to the first page with Namor. I barely knew him because he was wearing Magneto's helmet. And the Avengers and X-Men and the Atlanteans trying to save a bunch of innocent people in Genosha by using copies of Magneto's helmet to save them. Once they put those helmets on them, they'll be protected from Cassandra Nova's powers. Now, here we have Cassandra Nova herself up against Jean. And Jean herself has a helmet, even though she is a telepath and can fight Cassandra Nova with her own powers. And there's another fact that Cassandra Nova also possesses telekinetic powers, and if the only thing is protecting you from her power are those red helmets, Magneto's helmets, well, she'll just lift it off, like the way she's flying up into the helicarrier. She'll just go up there, have that look on her face, and you're dead. She'll fling the helmets off your head. Here she is going up against a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, and, well, as I just said, they're dead. Well, different from the other thing. Here, Cassandra Nova is going to the helicarrier to set off its reactor. All the other people on the ground, all the other characters and heroes, are worried that they're going to be in the middle of a nuclear reaction. And I can see why they would be, because that thing is an island-sized nuclear bomb. So all they can do right now is gape at what's going to happen to them once the thing falls on their heads. But where they are superheroes, so they'll pull something out of their behinds. Here we have the character named Gentle, a Wagandan mutant with the ability to increase his size and strength. He's a fairly powerful mutant, and here he's having Nightcrawler drop him off on the helicarrier so he can bash his way into it. He's fairly powerful, and you can see him bash his way into the helicarrier. His plan is to hold the reactor together with his bare hands. A fairly insane plan, because his powers only allow him to increase his size and strength. I don't see how he is capable of stopping an explosion. It's cool, but it's stupid. You see the writer didn't really care about what his characters can do. The only way I see this working at all is that Gentle is hoping that his tattoos will stop the explosion, because they're vibranium tattoos that help him control his power, and they absorb energy, so he's hoping they'll help him to stop the nuclear explosion. Here we have Jean Grey talking to Captain Marvin. Yes, I know it's Captain Marvel, but I'm calling her Captain Marvin. When suddenly, Cassandra Nova plucks Magneto's helmet off Jean Grey's head, and they look on in fear. They know they are in trouble, but they are superheroes, so they should be expecting something like this, especially Jean, since she's telekinetic herself. Here we have Cassandra Nova about to square off against Jean Grey, and Jean looks on. Well, Nova taunts her, and that she won't be ignored. Pretty much like an SJW. Not much is happening besides them bantering, and I'll talk about the art of this issue. It's decent. It's not great. This panel is one of the better ones, along with one coming up soon. But this one is basically just a bunch of clashing colors and shadows. There's not much detail. Even the Nova's face isn't all that great. It's just a little bit of fear. And here we have a bunch of characters going up to the helicarrier. They think if they bring Gambit up there, he'll be able to do something to stop the explosion. His plan is a simple one. He wants to use his powers to atomize the helicarrier before its nuclear reactor explodes, spraying nuclear fallout everywhere. And here we have Cassandra Nova gloating over Jean Grey while X-23 approaches from behind. Here we have Honey Badger and Nightcrawler plotting to do something. I don't really remember what it was. X-23 slashed Cassandra Nova from behind, but as I said, Cassandra Nova is a psychokinetic, and she is going to slam X-23 hard into the ground. And Honey Badger, with the help of Nightcrawler, comes up from behind and slams something into Cassandra Nova's head. As I understand it, it's a mini sentinel, a nano sentinel that you use to kill all the mutants in Genosha. And that does look painful. But hey, I never actually cared for Cassandra Nova. I always thought she was a bit of a bad character. I never really liked her all that much in the original story she appeared in. And here we have the other heroes trying to rescue all the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. They get them all off to the edge of the helicarrier, and they attempt to cut that part off and fly them away to safety. The Sentinel is the one doing the saving, actually. I don't understand why he needed all those other heroes there. Couldn't have done it himself. Here we have Gambit and Thor. Gambit is charging the helicarrier, getting it ready to explode, and he tells Thor to go get Gentle so they can get him out of the reactor room before the whole place goes up. Gentle is doing his best to use his tattoos to absorb the excess energy from the reactor, even though, as I know about it, his tattoos have lost any and all kind of power to do that. Thor tells him to stop. All three then proceed to escape, while Honey Badger goes up against Cassandra Nova and puts a nano sentinel into the center of her brain matter. And now we come to the final battle as Jean Grey prepares to face off against Cassandra Nova. It's the final battle, and do we see a great battle with the heroes triumphing over evil? No. We have the hero acting more like the villain than the villain herself, as that nano sentinel now in the center of her brain begins to reprogram it. And now she is prone to a sensation she's never felt before, empathy. Yes, that's right, boys and girls. This isn't a story of heroes being heroes. It's a story about a self-important woman thinking that her way is the right way, even if it means making you do it against your will. Yes, here we have a vile villain who's killed millions, and I'm the one who feels sorry for her, even though she doesn't deserve it. Of course, Thor, Gambit, and Gentle escaped the explosion in a heroic fashion, even if that's the only heroic thing that's actually happened in this issue. And Jean Grey offers the hand of friendship to the woman. She's basically just mind-raped into empathic stupidity, and the issue ends with all the X-Men and Jean Grey and the Avengers once more at the UN Assembly. Jean Grey has the audacity to say that both mutants and humans can learn to live together, even though what she has just done is one of the most evil things anyone can possibly do to another. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe. Or just go down and leave a comment, because I would love to make more content and to share it with you all, because I have work to do and YouTube videos to make. So all of you have a very good night or day whenever you're watching this video. Goodbye.